What's good, everybody? It's your brother Mad Black, the most dangerous and the most toxic black man on the internet. And I'm black up in your face again with some more pro black commentary. Before I get started with the main subject of this video, I wanted to say a big thank you to all the people who support this channel, all the people who have been with me since day one, and all those who, just support the channel with maybe just a like, or those who comment often, or those who send me news stories, or those who follow me across social media. I just want to say thank you to all of you, the people out there that do that. A really big thank you to all the people that support me on Patreon, that actually helps to support this channel. If you want to become a Patreon member of Black Up Inya, I'll post a link in the description box as well as the comments section, and you can see my exclusive videos. You can also see classic videos that have been taken down off of YouTube, and you can also see my exclusive cartoons that appear only on Patreon in their full form. Like, there's a lot of editing that I do when those cartoons make it to social media nowadays, but you get the full unedited cartoons on Patreon. Okay, and it's just $5 a month to get both the cartoons and get the videos as well. Okay, so if you want to do that, you can do that on Patreon. Like I said, once again, links in the description box as well as the comments section. I realize that it has been considered, was it New Black Media Month, and I know a lot of people consider me a part of the New Black Media, and that's fantastic. I never really considered myself a part of that grouping, but if people will put me in that grouping, I don't dispute it, and I don't dislike it. I really appreciate that, the fact that you guys would even value the content that I do on that level. You know what I mean? That you would consider me someone that you would come to as almost like a news source, or not even a news source, but maybe just someone who gives commentary on current events. I appreciate that you would even consider me in that category, because I normally don't put myself in any type of real grouping other than just plainly saying that I'm pro-black and I'm pro-black family. You know what I mean? I don't really consider myself a part of any particular sect or group, only because there are times when I like to speak my mind. So I might say something that is contradictory, or something that is not part of that particular group. And I'm not trying to, when I do that, I'm not trying to attack certain groups of people, or I'm not trying to go against them. I'm just stating my thoughts and my opinion, which was always what my channel has always been about me giving a perspective that is unique, that I was not seeing on social media, or I was not seeing on YouTube. I wanted to give my own perspective. And if I ever do contradict anybody else, it's not to attack them or to go against them. It's just me giving my opinion. Okay. But thank you all for being very considerate of me, and for those who have pointed me out as a member of the New Black Media. I appreciate that as well. Moving forward, I recently did a video where I said I was taking a closer look at the actor Jonathan Majors, and just his internal struggles and his past struggles, and how that's kind of culminated in his situation that he's ended up in today. And I made that video, and what was interesting, like, I was just kind of perusing my YouTube channel, and I saw that video in particular started getting more views. And I know anytime I do a video that starts to go viral, or a video that starts to get more views than the usual in a quicker amount of time, I know the idiots are going to show up. Okay, I know it's going to be more people who are not my usual audience. And there's so many people on social media, especially nowadays. Like, it seemed like when I first got on YouTube, people have more common sense. But nowadays, people will, like, literally just read the title of your video and maybe watch the first minute or so and then start commenting. It's like, if you're going to watch a commentary video like this or anything that I do, please listen to the whole video. Watch the whole thing before you comment, before you start criticizing or trying to give your view of what's going on. It's like they'll take one sentence that I say and say, okay, this is what you said about this person, and that's what your video is about. Not listening to anything, because then like later on I'll clarify more as to what I was talking about. But it seems like these people, like, they just don't take the time to view anything. And I realize attention spans are short nowadays. People have no attention span whatsoever. And I'm not like that at all. Okay, that's just never been my mind at all. I like to take my time and look through things and read them. That's the reason I even did that video. Okay, because the whole situation that Jonathan Majors is having right now could easily just be looked at in a surface context of a black celebrity going through some nonsense with a Becky and losing his career, which is fine. You know, you can look at it that way, but I was trying to look a little bit more under the surface. That's why I went ahead and did the research into his past and was looking to what was going on with him personally, and actually found some correlation into things that I have gone through personally with people, you know, especially within the black community, criticizing the way I look. And other black men were able to, you know, understand that as well. Like if you look through the comments section, there are other black men who come to my channel a lot, and they say, yeah, I went through the same thing, where people criticize me for my looks because I have very strong features, whether it be, you know, a larger nose or larger lips or whatever. And I was only pointing that out to just show some of the pathology that Jonathan Majors might be going through. I never said that that was an excuse for him to run to white folks or to run to a white female. I never said that in that video. I just said that I can understand where his pathology comes from and how he wound up in that position because of the degradation, or the people, you know, just telling him how ugly he was. But I also never said that, you know, him looking that way, like that was all, or people criticizing him to look that way, that's, you know, blaming black women. Like people started saying like I'm blaming all black women for Jonathan Majors and what happened to him. I'm blaming black women, or I found a way to flip the whole narrative to blame black women, and that's not what I was doing either. Okay, and then now I can tell the people who said that are not fans of my channel. People who said that have never been here before. That's why I said, where I noticed the numbers start going up, there's a lot of idiots that show up who don't know me, who don't know my content, and they'll take one thing that I say or one view that I give, and they'll flip it around and make it seem like, and try to lump me in with a lot of these douchebags that are on social media. And, you know, like I said, I was not blaming black women. I was just bringing out the truth of where a lot of that pathology might come from. Okay. And like I said, if black women constantly can come online and bring up how, you know, their lives were made terrible by maybe the words or, you know, the treatment that they got from black men, why is it a bad thing for, you know, a black man to bring up how they were also brought down or had their feelings hurt by the words of black women? I think I brought it up basically just to show that there's a lot of that self-hate and nonsense that goes on within the black community that basically needs to stop. We need to stop trying to bring each other down and talk about each other on, you know, tearing each other down based on our looks. You know, I'm even guilty of it myself, saying certain things like that on my channel. You see, like I called Mark Lamont Hill bubble lips not too long ago, right? Now he is a buffoon, and I can debate Mark Lamont Hill on several different things, different topics, but I chose to attack him based on how he looks, and that's not right. You know, it's not right for me to keep that type of pathology going. You see what I'm saying? And it comes out every once in a while. And I even said in my last video about Jonathan Majors, you know, when I was teased growing up, I didn't react the same way that he did. He reacted by getting into a lot of fights. I reacted by being a roast master. So like that's why I roast people so quickly. It's easy for me to do that, to get on someone's looks, because people would do that to me, and I just, would cut it off by going even harder and being even harsher when I criticize someone for the way they look. And that's how I kind of protected myself all through my years. I was, like I said, a roast master. But we as a group of people need to be careful in how we talk to each other, and try to make this seem like there's something wrong with the way we look, because the truth of the matter is, we are made in the image of God. We're supposed to look this way. We're supposed to have these features. Okay, when I got knowledge of self, I learned just how great my features were. When you start looking at all the ancient artwork and the statues of antiquity and ancient civilizations, and you see those facial features there, you realize just how great they are. When you start seeing the African artwork and the statues and the masks, and seeing those facial features there portrayed in the different gods and the mythology and the fantasy that we created back then, it shows you just how great those features are and why those features should be viewed as beautiful. And just because we've been put into this situation where we're under the yoke of these weirdo mayonnaise mutants who don't have our features, we somehow think that they are beautiful because they portray themselves as that. They put themselves in that light, but that does not mean that we need to worship the way that they look, or we need to worship what they have and make it seem as if that is great and what we have is terrible. And then we've been under that pathology for so long, it's just become a part of us, and we got to break out of that somehow, some way, and it goes through everything, not just the skin tone, but the facial features, the hair, the way our bodies look, everything has been, we've all been conjured and tricked into thinking that whatever we have is ugly and whatever they have is beautiful and great. And that's just not the truth. Okay. So that's the only thing I wanted to bring up in this video and kind of give my extra 2 cents there. Also, when I made that Jonathan Majors video, that I'm not trying to defend a celebrity. Okay. If you think that that's what my whole channel is about or what my videos are about, if I do any video about a celebrity, it's not just about them. Okay, I'm talking about us, because that's all it is just us. There's nothing great about a celebrity other than we see their faces portrayed on TV. That's the only difference between them and us. Okay, they are still us. And you can tell certain ones out there, they know better. Okay, if you learn what their upbringing is and you learn what their, what they went through as children, you can see similarities in yourself, and you know that they know better than a lot of the nonsense that they do when they get on TV, or a lot of the nonsense that they say. That's why I said that whole them dressing Jonathan Majors up to look like a fruitcake, that's some BS, and he knew better than that. But he did it to be accepted, and the shit backfired on him. Okay, because now they're all just throwing him away. He's not getting any extra brownie points or support because he dressed up looking like a One Piece character or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So you folks can let me know how you feel about it in the comments section. I very much like to hear your opinions on this. And if you're a new person who's just showing up or just passing through because you saw Jonathan Major's picture, or you saw someone was talking about celebrity junk and you wanted to hop on the bandwagon, don't come here with that nonsense, okay? Think. Maybe go watch some of my other videos first so you can get a good sense of what type of person I am before you make a dumb comment and make yourself look more ridiculous, okay? Anyway, Mad Black, and I will be back with my foot on the devil's back.